Have you ever found out your entire friend group was paid by your parents to be nice to you? When I turned 25, my best friend Zoe accidentally sent me a Venmo request instead of a payment. The memo line read, April friendship payment, 8 hangouts. I stared at my phone confused. I texted Zoe asking what it meant. She called immediately panicking, saying it was a mistake meant for someone else. But something in her voice sounded wrong. I'm Mason, and I'd known Zoe since college. She was part of my core friend group along with Luis, Anya, Jordan, and Becca. We'd been inseparable for 7 years. Game nights every Friday, group vacations, constant group chats. They were the people I trusted most in the world. That Venmo request gnawed at me all day. That evening, I logged into my parents' shared laptop that I'd borrowed weeks ago to print documents. Their banking app was still logged in. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. Monthly payments to 5 people. Zoe Parker, Luis Chen, Anya Kowalski, Jordan Mitchell, Becca Torres, $500 each every month for the past 7 years. The memo line said things like March activities and February social compensation. My parents had been paying my friends to spend time with me. I sat in my childhood bedroom staring at the screen feeling sick. Every inside joke, every late night conversation, every trip we'd taken together. All of it purchased. None of it real. I confronted my parents that night. My mother cried and said they'd only wanted to help. I'd been shy and lonely in college, struggling to make connections. They'd hired Zoe through some kind of service that provided companionship for socially awkward students. When Zoe recruited others to expand my friend group, my parents paid them too. My father said they'd meant to stop years ago, but I'd seemed so happy. They didn't want to take that away from me by cutting off the payments. I asked if my friends knew the arrangement was supposed to be temporary. My mother admitted they'd increased the payments over time to keep everyone committed. What started as $200 a month had grown to $500. I called an emergency meeting with my friend group. We met at our usual bar. Everyone showed up confused about the urgency. I asked them directly if my parents had been paying them to be my friends. The silence was deafening. Then Zoe started crying. She said she'd needed money desperately in college and had taken the job thinking it would be temporary. But then she'd actually grown to like me and didn't know how to tell the truth. Luis said the same. Anya, Jordan, Becca, they all admitted they'd started for the money but claimed the friendships had become real over time. I asked if they would still be my friends without the payments. No one answered. I told them all to leave. I blocked their numbers, unfriended them on social media, deleted our group chats. 7 years of friendship erased in one night. My parents tried apologizing, but I moved out of their house and cut contact. I trusted them and they'd bought me a fake life. For 6 months, I isolated myself. I stopped going out. I worked from home and ordered groceries delivered. I convinced myself I was better off alone than surrounded by liars. Then my coworker Ivy invited me to her book club. I almost said no, but something made me accept. The book club was small. 6 people who met monthly to discuss novels and drink wine. No one knew about my past. No one had any reason to pretend to like me. I was quiet at first, cautious about opening up, but slowly I started participating more, sharing opinions, making jokes, being myself without the paranoia that people were only tolerating me for money. Ivy and I became actual friends. She invited me to other events, introduced me to her partner Devin and their friend group. I met people organically, naturally, the way I should have in college. A year after discovering the truth, I ran into Zoe at a coffee shop. She tried talking to me. She said she missed our friendship and that it had been real despite how it started. I told her it didn't matter if she'd develop genuine feelings eventually. The foundation had been a transaction. Everything built on that foundation was tainted. Zoe said my parents still tried to pay them occasionally. She and the others had stopped accepting the money 8 months ago. They'd agreed as a group that continuing felt wrong. I didn't care. They'd had 7 years to tell me the truth. They'd chosen the money instead. 2 years later, I got engaged to Ivy. We'd built our relationship on honesty from day one. She knew about my paid friend group. She'd been horrified but understanding. At our small wedding, Devin was my best man. The book club members were all there. Real friends who liked me for who I actually was, not who my parents paid them to pretend to like. My parents sent a card with a check. I returned both unopened. Ivy's toast at our reception made me cry. She said I'd been through something that would have made most people bitter and distrustful, but I'd chosen to open my heart again and build something real. I looked around at the 20 people celebrating with us. Every person there liked me genuinely. No transactions, no hidden payments, just authentic connection. The hidden truth about those paid friendships had destroyed my ability to trust for a while, but it had also taught me to value authenticity above everything else. Zoe sent me a congratulations message on Instagram. I deleted it without responding. That chapter of my life was closed. What remained was beautiful. A wife who loved me, friends who chose me freely, a life built on truth instead of purchased affection. My parents had tried to buy me happiness and instead taught me it can't be purchased. Real friendship, real love comes from mutual choice and genuine connection. And that's exactly what I had now. Something my parents' money never could have created. Something that belonged entirely to me because it had been earned honestly. The paid friends were gone, but the real ones remained. And they were worth infinitely more than $500 a month could ever buy.